on the run. It's Adams. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Give to the back. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
A big 3rd down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Zings it complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll leave it with him. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back right here. Get a big stand. At least hold them to 3.
Caught in the backfield, it's Taylor. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And really good job knowing I don't get in the end zone. I got to get close to the end zone, be ready to break on the football as soon as they throw up. I can't give up any yards after the catch, and they don't right there.
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
And the point after is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Briggs. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll try the run. Breaks into the open. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it up at 29.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Looking for space. It's Clark. Across the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Rebels lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to run for it. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. The Rebels are on the move. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking for a man. It's Flowers. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
When you play zone and you drop back, you're dropping back to a spot. And that means there's going to be holes, and the quarterback has to do a good job of reading it, seeing it, throwing it between those holes. He does a really nice job there. Makes the defense pay for playing zone coverage.
The give out of the gun. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Motion from the wideout. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
You just got to have better concentration if you're the wide receiver. I know it feels like a routine completion. You still got to get 2 hands on the ball and look it in. That's a bad drop.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got his man. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Catch in the middle, it's Clark. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to. And
makes a grab past the marker. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that fourth down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Flowers. He's going for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line. He's looking to throw. Going for 6. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Past the 50, the 30, the 20, and he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines!
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
He'll bring it out. It's Riggs. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. They're going back to the ground. He has the first and still on his feet. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Flowers. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Finds a man on the left. Makes the grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This should be the last play of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
They'll immediately call timeout. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Working that left side now. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Scanning the field, it's Flowers. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Ole Miss! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? South Carolina has the lead right now, but this Williams-Brice crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 9 over Iowa. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They think there's room to run to the right here. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found.
Really good job by the defense taking away the inside, making him bounce. The only thing that could have been better about this run is if the running back would have actually been man enough to stay in bounds and take the hit. We would have loved that. Come on, man, stay in bounds.
Looking to pass. It's Bachmeier. He's got the back in the middle. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Gets the back moving. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
Out of the shotgun on third down. He tries to take the top off. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum. Established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. They'll go to the ground. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Looking for a man. It's Flowers. Throws to the back. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Slips through the line. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. So here comes the Michigan offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. High coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces the fourth down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
From the gun, running back on the move. Turning it on! May not be the most... play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They'll move the tight end. They go to the ground. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The Rebels are at the line looking to convert on third and short. To the air, it's Flowers. Caught near the sticks, it's Riggs. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
He leaves it with his back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Making side adjustments here. Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Harrell. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. And the referee signal for the 2-minute timeout. And the Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver going in motion. gun, the inside handoff to the running back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Rebels back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Fires to the big fella. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39. Offense lining up quickly. Using his legs, it's Riggs. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Rebels kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Back to throw, it's Flowers. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The Rebels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Running to Green. That's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. On target. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big.
Ball's in the deep ball. Running wide open down the gun of the field. Touchdown, Michigan. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Karapateas. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Quarterback may change this route. Off play action on 1st down. Going over the top. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Wolverines will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out. It's rigged. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the...
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Wolverines. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the...
And I love the play call on offense there. It's a sudden change situation. You just got the turnover. You're now going to take a shot because you got the defense on their heels after they're back on the field quickly. Really nice play call.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. South Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Columbia, one of the most special places to watch a game in all of college football. It's still a 1-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Iowa. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got it set up on the outside. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, nice job on the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job on the D.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. He rifles one deep to the left. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense for a reason.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Another incompletion on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Kick is in the air. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Got it in the middle, it's Landry. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop. And you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his...
And that ball is live in the backfield. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it.
As a defender, love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown in their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly complete. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. They get to him as he throws.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He's in open space downfield. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, this offense, they started the drive with great field position. They're being methodical here. They're not hitting the home run necessarily and scoring these big explosive touchdowns, but they're getting 3rd down conversions. They're staying on the field. They do a nice job there running the football. They look like they're in control. That's a good sign.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Got it back on 2nd and goal. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Collision at the goal line, but he's in for the touchdown. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half, it looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. Then more drives like this is what's needed.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So they moved the ball 43 yards on that drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers.
There he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Reads it, fires complete. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quickly to the tight end. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Wants to throw again. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Quickly out to the tight end.
Well, nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
They'll move the wide receiver. To the air, it's Flowers. Back open in the middle. Nice move there. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
That's reeled in. It's Watkins. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield. You saw that right there.
Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quarterback making adjustments. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. It's complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. One final play before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on third. Makes the grab. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. There is no point in a field goal here, so the offense stays on the field on fourth down. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Fourth and short, a lot of times you know what's coming. I know what's coming. Who's going to be more physical? They give it to the running back. O-line does their job. Nice pickup on fourth and short.
The Rebels have it in scoring position on first and goal. Calls his own number. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Might be changing the route. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on third and goal. Looking to throw, it's Flowers. Got his man on the right. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And with that stop by this defense, now I think it's interesting because obviously the scoreboard, multiple possessions, what I need to accomplish. Do you kick it now because it's a long yardage fourth down situation, or do you say, nope, I'm going for the touchdown?
From the gun. Looking for the score. And that one is picked off in the end zone. He's at the 50. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Michigan. And they turn it into a defensive score. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job, not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house, that pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he picks up a 1st down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Just keeps slinging it. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches...
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Wolverines. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. You got to stop turning the football over.
They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there. Looking downfield, it's Flowers. Got it in the middle, it's Riggs. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Finds his tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
Got his man to the left. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And I I like the throw. I like him understanding I'm getting man coverage. The sideline is my friend. I can't miss inside where that guy's chasing him. Throws it right on the corner route. Great job. Get a nice positive gain.
Breaks into the open.
These are simple routes, drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger gain.
To the air on second down. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Karapateas. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the...
It's a fumble! And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
Oof, that's one of those where you breathe really deep. It feels like the ball's in slow motion, just trickling out of bounds. Please get out of bounds. Offense catches a huge break. Now you still got a chance to go put some points on the board.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Rebels will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Flowers. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to, because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. The corners are walked up tight. Still sitting at their own 20 after that last one here. 2nd and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough.
He's got it on the outside. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Makes the catch. It's Watkins. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. He wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on it.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Looking for more room. The 30. Past the 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Michigan. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.